Good morning, Eric.
Morning, Mr. K.
Okay, so our topic today is related to some psychological things, which is social facilitation. Yeah, for this term, basically it means that we can sometimes do something uh, better, we perform better when they are other peoples around us, or they can be competitors, they can be observers. And also, uh, it, it doesn't occur every time, and it depends on some factors. So, uh, in your in your life or in your experience, have you encountered any example of social facilitation?
For example, our English conversation.
English conversation. But for this one, how would you compare with like doing alone? Do you speak alone? Speak by your own?
That means in the reading book sessions.
Reading books? Oh yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, for me also, if I read by my own, sometimes I couldn't get to that condition. Yeah, that in Chinese we say 状态, yeah, condition.
Mm.
Yeah. So other than that,
mm,
how about reading? Or not reading, like in the library, maybe you are preparing for your test, or maybe you are doing revision.
I think for this part,
Mm,
hard to say. Mm, I think most of the time alone is better, but sometimes
mm.
if you can study with others and the others ask you some question and will make you
Mm.
think.
Oh, mm. Yep. So I think in your case, it is not referring to social facilitation effect so closely, right? Uh,
Mm,
that that is not about like productivity. That is the maybe is the effectiveness, or maybe it's like uh, 1 plus 1 equal to 3, yeah, something like that, which is
yeah.
uh, the
Syn-
effect.
Synergy.
Ah, yeah, synergy. Yeah, maybe like discussion can give more things than study by your own.
Mm,
Yep. Yeah. And in my experience, the first thing I remember is like when I was playing basketball in the school, secondary school, and yeah, in a game or in a competition, or even like when somebody else is uh, standing around the court and then looking uh, and seeing us to play basketball. Yeah, I feel like in the game I can shoot better, and I can play better also. Yep. And when I play alone, yeah, like maybe like practicing, or maybe sometimes nobody play with me, I just shoot the ball, take the ball, and then shoot again. And that, yeah, in that situation, I couldn't shoot so well. Yeah, I can feel it. Sometimes I'm just curious why uh, in a game or in a competition, yeah, I can make it, but when there is no competition, there is nobody beside, I I couldn't do that. Yeah, I couldn't do that well. I can do it, but not that well. Yep. Yeah, this is the first thing I can think of.
mm,
Yep, and maybe the other examples is like mm, work. Yeah, some simple work. For example, key in something. Yeah, which is in my previous work. Yeah, if there are somebody like beside, or somebody's want to learn, and then just sit beside me. Yeah, I say you can just shadowing. Yeah, so observe me, and then you try to learn. And if you have anything you don't know, you can ask me. Yeah, I had one experience of that, and I found that yeah, with that observer beside, the productivity is increasing a lot.
Mm.
Yep. And yeah, it seems like it is true for like more simpler tasks. And for more complex tasks, it can give the opposite effect. My example is actually for me is revision, or maybe study something from a book. Yeah, for this one, I prefer to study alone. Yeah, if there are like a lot of people, let's say we go to the library, even though we study by our own, maybe we sit beside, and then yeah, and in that case, I found that yeah, I couldn't focus so much. It is not like I will uh, chat with my friend. It's not that case. It is like mm, yeah, I prefer to environment which is uh, only me myself, so that I can deal with more complex things, thinking. Yeah, in revision, I need to do that alone.
That means the definition of loans,
Mm,
do you actually means that you need to stay in a room with only yourself, nobody, nobody in the room, or actually you just need a space? Maybe you can like you are in the school library,
mm,
but you have your own seat, right?
yeah.
So is it alone? Does it means in terms of space or in terms of like kind of like mm, I don't know how to use the proper terms.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah. I think it is quite that there are some subjectivity here, which is whether you think other people are observing.
Mm,
Uh, if you don't care other people, maybe in a cafe you study, then that can be alone.
mm.
But if you think like maybe other
Oh,
people are looking or what, then it is not.
oh, I see. And just how to say about simple task,
Mm,
when somebody observing you and you do faster,
mm.
and how about the mistake? Will you make more mistake?
Mistake. Um, yeah, excuse me. For my example, which is like the key in work, yeah, for that one, uh, I did it faster. And for mistake, mm, I would say maybe they are. The quality isn't guaranteed, but yeah, I just didn't we just didn't realize because some of the errors, some of the mistake, maybe typo. If it is not about the figure, then it will be fine.
Yeah. But
Mm.
if you type wrong thing, you need to retype, right? So how about the overall efficiency?
Overall, I think in my case is faster.
Mm.
Mm.
And how long it can last? If somebody observing you for the whole day, can you do that? Can you maintain the efficiency, a faster typing speed in a whole day?
Mm, yeah, yeah, I think for this thing it deals with like this whether you get tired or not.
Mm.
Mm, yeah, just like the example in the articles, which is competition, like maybe cycling or the race. Uh, yeah, they can perform better, but mm, yeah, they will also get tired. Yeah, this is like very natural things to human.
Yeah, because I wonder maybe you body boosting your I don't know I don't know what the chemical called. Maybe it's called adherence. Adherence,
Oh,
something like is
肾上腺素 is it?
yeah, is that one?
Yeah,
Is
adrenaline,
yeah, at that can you
adrenaline.
adrenalines? Okay,
Yeah.
adrenalines. I think you boosting your adrenalines, and so yeah, you perform better in a shorter times.
Hmm.
But it's definitely consume more energy.
Hmm. Yeah.
So it is just like the physics.
Mm. Yep. So is say anybody want to maybe exploit this effect, maybe they will find uh, they will be more tired or maybe more stressful when thinking of the task, right?
Mm.
Yeah, especially in the long term, if you keep repeating the same way. Yep. And yeah, for this one, for this term, social facilitation, actually, uh, before this, I actually want to have another topic, yeah, which is not social facilitation, but I found that this one is more uh, interesting than that one. That one is related to social facilitation, which is the coffee shop effect. Yeah, in that case, which is like if you go to the coffee shop, maybe to do your work or maybe to study, or you are if you're a student,
Mm.
then they say that you might have a higher productivity in a coffee shop than maybe than in your house or than other places.
Mm.
Yeah,
I think
and
there are a few reasons here.
mm,
The first is your kind of like reduce the queue. I mean, it's the old queue that they will trigger your old habits.
mm,
When you go to a new environment, you can more focus on the thing.
mm, yeah, 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 and uh, beside that, also they think social facilitation can take place a little, which is like there are other people around, and uh, yeah, and interestingly, they found that sometimes for some people, a crowded cafe give greater positive effect to the productivity.
Mm.
Yeah, which means there are a lot of noise around and a lot of people around. They're chatting and they're walking around. Yeah, something like that. And it give a better productivity. And not only that, in that effect, coffee shop effect also seems like to have a correlation, positive correlation of higher creativity. Yeah, they feel more creative.
Mm.
Mm,
I think it relates to some psychological effect. And you might think that when
mm,
everyone is happy, yeah, partying, and yeah, studying.
mm,
So it give you the maybe the sense of some goodness, and then you think, wow, you are so wonderful, and
mm,
you and you are working hard, while people are playing hard.
mhm. Yeah.
This is, I think, this is one of psychological effect. I can feel that in the past.
Mm,
Mm. And the second is, I think it shouldn't be the case when people are observing you. Okay, there are two conditions here.
mm,
Uh, but the main is whether you care about them. If you
mm,
don't care about them, whether they are observing you or not, it
yeah.
doesn't matter.
Mm, mm. Yeah, I think this is a better explanation than previously I made, which is like subjectivity. If you think people are observing you or not observing you, yeah, I think yours one is more suitable, which is like, uh, do you really care people observing you? Yeah.
Mm. Or do you care about the crowdness? Because one of my friend in the past in
Mm,
college, he really really hate people talk loud in library, and he seems so annoyed.
mm,
And where he ear the earphones, and still can hear the people chit chatting, and
yeah.
he'll like blaming others, keep talking about uh yeah, keep talking in library, and he'll like make a sound shh shh. But
Mm,
actually his behavior make him less calm,
Mm. Yep.
him less able to focus.
Mm.
Why not just let it go? Just like doing the meditation and you just do nothing.
Mm.
You focus on your breath, just like in library, you focus on your syllabus, focus
Mm.
on your study material. Then
Yep.
after some time, because you have to put your focus on that, and maybe a problem is difficult, and you need to think deeply. You need to really try to understand, or maybe you are doing some exercise, you are focusing, and you will just automatically ignore the noise, the background noise.
Mm.
Mm.
Yep.
And many people say that they cannot study when the environment is crowded, a lot of noise,
Mm.
and this is I don't s- I mean this is totally not apply on me.
Mm.
And yeah, my thesis is what I said just now.
Mm.
Mm. And for the people who cannot like studying in a crowded environment, I'm not sure whether still they also really can study in a quiet environment.
Mm. Yep. Yep. Yeah, and also talk about environment. Mm, yeah, just now, like in the cafe case, cafe shop effect. Uh, yeah, you mentioned that there is a kind of sense, good sense, right? Positive sense, or maybe sense of uh, outstanding, or what, which
Yeah,
is
something
when
like
yeah, when you feel that you are uh, working hard and other people are maybe doing nothing, chit chatting. Yeah, and yeah, let's say if you found that in a coffee shop, maybe in a corner, there are a few tables. People are also working hard. Yeah, I think it can also generate some positive effects, right? Uh, which maybe you see some other people are working so hard. Uh, will it give you some sense of competition or um or maybe
maybe
observer?
not observer, of course.
Mm,
Mm, but I think mm, you will feel that, oh, there's also a person working hard,
mm,
and in the whole coffee shop, most of people are playing hard, and only me and the other person are working hard.
mm,
And yeah, so I think it will kind of like make you put in more effort and more determined, do more, try to do more, and not like, oh, uh this is enough. mm, After like
mm,
10 minutes later, uh I can go back. Today I'm maybe I can go back earlier.
mm,
But if there's a person still working hard, and you see he or she is not moving, yeah,
mm,
very focused, and maybe you say, oh yeah, why not I stay 10 more minutes, stay more half an hours.
mm.
And this
Yeah.
this is not applicable for everyone. Just like this kind of social facilitation is not applicable for everyone.
Mm, yeah. Yep. Yeah. So yeah. So this is the effect. Yeah. Social facilitation and just now is the coffee shop effect. Right. Really, it's not applicable to everybody, and it has a lot of like uh subjectivity. It depends on how the person uh, receive all this kind of uh, effect from outside, from the environment.
Mm,
Yep. Yeah, and also I remind of something we read, we discussed or we read in the book, which is the atomic habit. We say the importance of environment, and for example, it can be in a classroom. Yeah, let's say everybody is working hard, and it will also form an environment. For that one, I think there will also have some social facilitation effect in
mm,
a class because maybe your friends will ask you uh, something regard to the study, and
mm,
maybe they will also like know your result, uh, how many marks you get, something like that. So it gives some competition. If everybody works well, then I believe that also you will try to uh, not lag behind so much.
mm. I think mm, there is there is a better solution, or there's a better met methods which is can which can work. Yeah, it can work for most of people, if not everyone,
Mm,
compared to the social facilitation
okay.
and all the coffee shop effect.
Mm,
Mm, which is the create an environment for yourself, and or create a habit, you want, form a habit
mm,
or break a habit. And this is much more than whether you need others or not.
mm,
You can prepare something, you can create an environment for yourself even though you're alone.
mm. Yeah.
For example, if you want, just like we mentioned in the past, if you want to reduce unnecessary sound during the English conversation, and how can you do that? To create environments, how to remind yourself every day before the English conversation, you have the awareness, and how to keep the awareness during the whole conversation.
Mm,
So you will not sound the noise. Mm. So you say about social facilitation, maybe in the first few conversation, you will kind of like try to avoid the noise,
yeah.
try to speak faster, try to find your own rhythms. But just after some times, and because it's not your habit, and you don't create a cue for yourself, you don't you don't know what is the underlying motive, you don't have the craving, you don't have a desire, you don't know the meaning of doing
Mm,
the thing, you don't know the purpose, and you don't have a response, you don't have the fixed action, you don't have a routines, and you don't see the rewards.
mm,
Mm. Yeah, so I think forming a habits, create an environment is better than any other solution, and is, I can say, mm, most of people find useful
mm,
compared to the social facilitations or coffee shop back.
mm. Yeah. Yeah. So can I say that social facilitation effect is only one of the way that we create our environment?
Yeah, you also
Mm,
can think people are observing you, just like you can think I'm observing you, whether you are sounding the unnecessary noise.
mm.
But can
Yeah.
you work? It can work for few times. But if you have formed a bad habit, then you just think, you rationalize yourself. This is yeah, it's
Yeah.
nothing.
The
Mm,
feel that. Yeah. It's like normal.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay, so I think yeah, this is about the social facilitation. Do you have any other things you want to discuss or add in?
No.
Yeah, okay, me too. So talk to you tomorrow, Eric.
Yeah, talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah, goodbye.